Get ready to master your life and achieve your dreams with Lifestyle Mastery, the show that will transform the way you think about personal development, business, and entrepreneurship, and explores the fascinating world of self-improvement with the guidance of the renowned expert, Dr. Sheila Smith. From mastering your mindset to building a successful business, Dr. Smith and her guests will inspire, educate, and empower you to live your best life.
Hello and welcome to Lifestyle Mastery. My name is Dr. Sheila Smith, and today I have a guest that you are going to simply love. I have Jonathan Bing he's actually the president of NationMac Mortgage, and he is the co-CEO of Cinch Academy. Jonathan Bing, I found him on the social audio app Clubhouse in some different rooms, some mortgage rooms, some entertainment rooms, and he is someone that you can learn an immense amount of knowledge and information. So I am honored to have him, and I'm going to bring him up right now. We have Jonathan Bing. Welcome, sir.
Welcome. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
It is my pleasure to have you. I just wanted to bring you to the audience because of the immense amount of knowledge that I've learned just simply being in your room and in your presence. I am also a student of Cinch Academy, and I have, just to let you know, Jonathan, I have deals in the pipeline as we speak. So I just want to introduce you to the audience. And so can you say a couple of words that you want the audience to know about you? And then I'll dive into my questions.
Absolutely. As you said, I'm president of NationMac Mortgage. We're a nationwide mortgage company where we're direct lenders. And that has always been my passion. But as of lately, my passion has been more so about Cinch Academy is actually where we teach people how to actually become commercial lenders. And I think it's more of a service than anything for people, because the fact that it actually allows people to actually get into the mortgage industry and earn, tens of thousands, even six figures, a month sometimes, believe it or not, without having to putting investment into it. So it's been breaking. People, aren't aware that this exists. So, they weren't aware that it exists. So, we started out putting this information out there for free, and it just took off from there. And, I started taking a lot more of my time, and now it takes more and more of my time than NationMac Mortgage.
So talk to us about what products you offer at NationMac Mortgage.
We run the gamut. We do everything from your FHA, your Freddie, your Fannies, your non-QMs. We run the gamut of what is offered by a traditional mortgage company, residential mortgage company. So we absolutely, some Alexa's going off, but yeah, it runs the gamut. So anything that you would need from your traditional mortgage company, we do. We're licensed. We're direct endorsed. We actually are servicers. We service our loans for Freddie and Fannie. We're not servicing with Ginnie yet, and that's the government side. That's the FHA, VA, USDA. But that's what it is. It's a mortgage company.
Do you do I think it's DCSR loans?
DCSR loans. That's debt service cover ratio loans. Absolutely, we do cover that on that side as well. But that's more of an investment product. So that's a non-QM product. It's DSCR is a debt service cover ratio loan. Is when the debt actually covers the payment for the loan, or the property. So the cash flow.
Wonderful. How did you come up with the idea to create the training program specifically focused on becoming a successful commercial loan broker? and business purpose loan broker. What made you come up with that model?
Wow. Great question. Well, what happened was that the pandemic happened.
Okay.
And so we were all locked in, and and people were we were going on the social media app Clubhouse, and so we were all in there, and everyone was just dropping all kinds of knowledge. I would drop something about mortgages, but everyone had this knockout certain thing that was like phenomenal. And I was like, wow, okay. And one day I mentioned, someone asked me, can I do a loan for them? I was like, hey, I could do that loan, but you could do it yourself. And I didn't think of anything. And then how can I do it myself? And then I explained that type of loan, you're not required to be licensed to do. And everyone in the room just their mouths dropped. They just like, well, and I was like, no, you're not required to be licensed to do commercial mortgages in most states. Pretty much all but 3 or 4 states allow you to do it without a license. So they couldn't believe it, and I couldn't believe that they didn't know that. Because to me it was everyday knowledge. And so so every time I would go into a room, people would ask me to share that knowledge again. And so it started taking up a lot of time. And I had another partner at the time. I'm right now I'm partnered with Daphne Christine Johnson. But at that time I had another partner. So she and I started speaking because it was taking up so much time helping people that was trying to do it on their own. She said, hey, let's develop a course. So we developed a course, and the rest is history. It just took off, and we called it The Play, and we went out, and everyone loved it.
Yeah, because when I went in a room and I heard that, I couldn't believe it, because I brought and sold houses and all over, America. And then when I heard that we could do it ourselves, I thought, no, this is not, there's a catch to it. And there honestly is not a catch to it, because I went through the program myself and I saw it. And we had a great trainer who teaches you everything, the ins and outs of this commercial lending. It is unbelievable. What sets your training program apart from other similar programs that are already in the market?
Oh, wow, there's lots of things. We don't just train you on real estate. We also train you on business purpose loans to help small business or large business, any business, where you can offer a loan product for, equipment financing, working capital, business lines of credit. You can do just I don't know, 20, 30 other types of loan products that you can do other than commercial lending that will allow you to actually go out there. So we take the time, we teach you that as well. And we're not as expensive as most other programs. There's some programs out there. There's very few. First of all, there's very few programs that's offering this. Blackstone, they offer it, but they charge you $200,000 to go through their program. And you pretty much have to become a quote unquote affiliated with them. And our main competitor, they offer 3 tiers. One's $25,000, that's the lowest tier. And they pretty much give you what I give people for free in those rooms for $25,000. Then they have another tier for $68,000 and another tier for $99,000. Now that $99,000 one will be more comparable to what we offer, but we still offer more than what that $99,000 one offer. So, ours, we do it in just under $10,000, call it $10,000. And we make sure that people get financing, our payment plans and things of that nature. But the information is so valuable.
Yeah.
And that people wouldn't dare give it away for free. And that's exactly what we do. We give it away for free in these rooms. And then, if you want to learn more about it, you take the course.
Exactly. And it's so much, because when we're in the room, you actually give 2 lenders to go and start the process. So you're giving away what others do not give away. So that
most people don't tell you about it at all. And when I got on that app, what people that knew about it, what they were doing was telling people, hey, I will give you a referral fee if you refer business to me, they didn't show people how to do it. So essentially, they were creating employees. I was trying to create. I started creating entrepreneurs.
I hope you're listening, audience, and I hope you're taking copious notes, because this is going to truly change your life. This is going to change the trajectory of your entire family lineage if you take this knowledge and apply it and take massive action. Don't sit on this and say you're going to do this another time. Take massive action and do it now. So how do you address skeptics who might find it hard to believe that no capital, licenses, credit, criminal background, or experience is necessary to become a successful broker?
I don't anymore. you know, here's the thing: people tend to want to disqualify themselves, and when they're looking for they begin looking for something in terms of what's going to help them, and they have to be able to recognize when it's there. Because when as you said, there's no money. It doesn't cost any money to get started. That this is the only I guess entrepreneurial opportunity or strategy that you can begin with no capital expenditure. That means it costs you no money. You use the bank's money. Okay, so you can loan people hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars, and it's not your money. You're using the money directly from the bank. TBM is what we call it, the bank's money. All right, you don't have to have a license in most states. You don't. Your credit score doesn't hinder you or help you. It's just because they're not loaning the money to you. They're loaning it to your clients, and they're sending it directly to a third party, such as the attorney or the title company or the escrow company. There's no criminal background. They don't. Your criminal background doesn't hinder you, because once again, this is a totally unregulated space. And so, since it's unregulated, there's no regulatory bodies there involved. So it's up to the lender whether or not they want to do business with you. And last but not least, there's no experience required. So, and that's because once again, there's no regulations. There's no regulatory body saying that, hey, you have to have 130 hours of education before you begin. You have to have continuing education every year. That doesn't exist because it's unregulated, because it's B2B. It's business to business. This is the one time the government got it right, because they understood that if they put the same kind of regulations on this on businesses as they did with the consumers, and the consumers should be regulated because they're consumers, that they would inhibit the ability of businesses to get the capital that they need to thrive in order to thrive. So it's I really don't any longer. People the success stories speak for themselves.
I agree. And I remember you telling a story. I don't remember the person's name, but it was a guy that made that crazy amount of money. Can you talk about him?
Jonathan Drummond. His first year out, he did $800,000, over $800,000. No experience at all. He ran a branch of a insurance company, and he wanted to get into the course badly, and we made it happen for him. He got in, and he's done quite well. I laugh. I tell people, hey, go look at his social media prior to the class and look at his social media after the class. Don't take my word for it. There's another young lady that earned $1.6 million her first year. And she's on fire. I mean, she came in, her house was in foreclosure. She couldn't afford the tuition for her children out of the Baltimore area in Maryland. She's phenomenal. She got started. And once again, she's a unicorn. That's not, typically what happens. But she's done great. But there's many success stories that we can go over that are that absolutely have taken this to the next level. There are people who have had success that haven't taken the course, that just came into the room, listened to the free information that I provided, and was able to go out there and have success.
Wow. And I've seen his social media as well, and I looked at it. And yeah, I couldn't even believe it. And that's what got me started. So don't just take the course and sit on the information and do nothing, because it's not going to drop in your lap. You have to do the work. You have to do the work to get these kinds of success stories. This is amazing. How do you ensure that the training program remains up to date and relevant in an ever-changing business environment?
Wow. Yeah, we refresh it every month. It's always changing. And, we just make sure that the information is up to date. You know, the programs, this is, it's just something that we do. And we provide, it's not just a course that we're offering as a program. So every week we're in there in that private community, coaching, mentoring, and, just getting the latest information out to the people, as well as the people that's already taken the course, as well as updating the actual course material as need be.
You said the magic word to me, community. So this is just not a course. This is a community where people come together, the old students, the new students. We are all in this community where we ask each other questions. We can ask the trainer questions. We don't just have a course. It is literally a family. And I can attest to that for myself because I'm actually in the community. So I just simply love that you said community. So are there any specific traits or characteristics that you believe are crucial for individuals to possess in order to excel in the commercial mortgage broker space?
They just need to be coachable. They need to, be able to retain information. You don't have to retain all of it. You have to be able to locate it, because it's just literally thousands of lenders, thousands of programs, thousands of products, lending products that's out there. You just gotta, gotta be ambitious.
Yeah.
The information that you get, your product is money. You're selling money. People never look at money as a product. They look at money as something that's mystical. They don't understand that money is the same as a bar of soap, a box of cereal, a car, a house. It's a product. And once people begin to understand that money is a product, and that these loans, essentially you're buying money, and we teach people that. And once they understand that their product is money, it's not a hard product to sell.
Yeah.
So because everybody wants money, everyone needs money. When you see these cars like at 5 a.m. in the morning, a traffic jam on their way to work, they're going there to get your product. In the evening, they're coming home, they're coming from working to get your product. So your product is probably the most desirable product out there. So it's not a hard product to sell. So no, it's just the characteristics you have to have. Is just, you have to just let people know that you have the product available, and they will come to you. Like I said, it's a very desirable product. Wouldn't you agree?
I would agree, because everybody needs money. Everybody wants money. I would just say, just simply put it out on social media that you have money. What do you need? What kind of business do you have? Do you need a fax machine? Do you need a commercial size, whatever? We have money. And
if they need a fax machine, they're in trouble. If they need a fax machine in this day and age, they're in trouble. but yeah, but here's the thing. Yeah, you're right. You just gotta let the people know you have it. Dr. Sheila, here it is. Essentially, everyone can become a financial service provider. I want to say, quote unquote, a bank, the bank, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But I'll call it financial service provider. You're able to lend money to any business out there that need it, okay, for any particular reason. And then you're also able to do what is called commercial mortgages on commercial loans, investment loans without a license. And so that's powerful. That everyone that's listening and watching right now really can actually become a bank of sorts, okay? Financial services, okay? I'm doing bank in air quotes because I want you to understand. I understand, you can't be a licensed bank, but you're able to become a financial service provider. You're able to broker, money for people that need it, for their businesses, okay? Whether it's working capital, whether it's revenue lending, whether it's merchant cash advances, startup unsecured financing, lines of credits, you name it, you can do it. Equipment, you're able to do all of that without having, purchase order financing, without having a dollar. You can have a negative balance in your checking account today and still get started and loan millions of dollars. This is like the best kept secret out there. and most of America is like sitting, they're not even aware that this is happening, that this is available. So, there's like I said, and the few of us that do know, we typically keep it a secret. I haven't. I put it out there, and the reason it's kept a secret is because everyone that's listening right now to us, they're potential clients.
Yeah.
Are potential referral partners, at least, at a minimum. So, and it's not something I made up. It's not something I created. It's not something that's new. This has been around since the 40s and 50s. This is you just don't know about it. This is one of those things where, people just don't understand and know that it exists. And when they do find out that it exists, they're very skeptical because it sounds too good to be true. But it's 100% true.
It really does sound too good to be true. But when you gave the actual people to use, that made me comfortable to know, wait a minute, he's not only telling us, but here are two people that you can call right now to partner up with. And I got to say, Crystal is beyond amazing. She is a master teacher. And she's always available. You can always call her and she will give you an answer. She will tell you, this is good. I can't do that loan, but here's someone that can help you. And so you're not left out there to try to figure it out by yourself. There's actual people that will help you and want to see you succeed. See, that's the difference. Everybody is not wanting to see you succeed, but this is organization. I vouch for it, and that's why I wanted to bring it to you. They can help you succeed with no money out of pocket. And just like he said, even if you have a negative balance in your account, we're loaning other people B2B money. So it has nothing to do with us. We're the middleman, and we can make it happen by simply just going out there and telling people, hey, what do you need? You need money? You have a business? You want to start a business? Oh, you want to expand your business? Oh, you want to scale your business? I got the answer. Tell me what you need. There you have it. People that are right around in your, space needs this, and you can be the help that they are looking for, but just don't know how to start it. I can keep on talking, Jonathan. Ben, don't even. Oh my goodness. How do you measure the success of your training program?
By our students, the success is our students, and it's there. It's obvious. Once again, people are starving we're starving for something like this. They're very hungry for something like this, and then they were starving for something like this. And when people come into our training program, we give them all the tools that's required in order to succeed. And so, my previous partner and I, we started 2022 off with a goal of creating 100 people earning $1 million in 2022. That partnership dissolved. Okay, we were well on our way to doing that, because it's very easy when you look at this. If you have someone that if you do someone that closed out, the average commercial mortgage in this country is about $700,000.
Wow.
That's low when you look at some areas. I mean, when you look at California, the average residential home is about 600 some thousand, almost $700,000. So, but when you take that $700,000 and you can earn a percentage point, you pay based on the loan size. You typically make about 3 to 4 points. You make up to 5 points on these deals, but let's say you make 3 points on that particular loan, that $700,000 loan. That's $21,000. Wow. So off of one deal, you made $21,000, and the goal isn't to only close one deal a month. The goal is to close multiple deals a month. And so essentially, it's not your money. You didn't lend it. And all you did was broker it. You collected some documents. You found a loan. You matched them with the client. I mean, with the bank, the lender. You collected the documents that the lender needed. You provided it to the lender. The lender did their due diligence. They did the underwriting. You're not responsible for that loan after they do the underwriting because you didn't underwrite that loan. That lender underwrote that loan, and you're only the broker. So they will pay you. That's when they will pay you. Your 3, 4, 5 points, whatever. But let's just go with 3 points. That's $21,000. If that loan goes bad, if that loan goes bad, you're not responsible for it. You're the broker. You only brokered it. You didn't do that. They did their due diligence. You didn't approve the loan. You didn't tell them to approve the loan. You put the loan in, and it went through their process. And you were paid the same day that loan closed. It's the same day you receive your $21,000 via wire. In addition to the $21,000, you may receive your application fee. Now, on a loan that size, my smallest application fee is $1,200. I will receive a $1,200 application fee, and I would charge a $795 processing fee. So I made an additional $2,000. So that's $23,000 on that deal that I made. That's only one deal. One deal.
That was the next question. You already answered it for me. I was going to ask you, what happens if that loan defaults? Will it come back on the?
There's only one way there's only one way that comes back on you, and that is if you committed fraud to get that loan done. All right. Now, if your client committed fraud, that's not on you. Okay. But if you committed fraud, you will be held accountable. You'll be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. And yes, you are responsible for that. It's not worth committing fraud. It just isn't worth, having to, leave your loved ones because not only are they going to get you for that, they're going to hit you for wire fraud because everything is wired anyway. That little word, those two nasty words you never want to see beside your name, wire fraud. And you don't want that. So that's the only way you're responsible for this is if you commit fraud. If your client commits fraud and you didn't participate in it and had no idea, you're fine. Okay, because that's not you. They only care about you, your culpability.
Remember, this is wire fraud, which is a white collar crime. They don't play with this stuff. No. So just make sure that your documents are not made up documents, that they are legitimate, and that you are doing the right thing. You are above reproach.
Absolutely. I like to say that your moral compass is always pointing north.
Ooh. Jonathan Bing. Yes. Okay. Can you highlight any specific challenges or obstacles that the students might encounter during their journey to becoming successful brokers? And how does your program help them overcome these challenges?
Wow, great question. Wasn't ready for that one. All right, so it really wasn't. Challenges and obstacles. Getting business, and the reason I say that is some people they just aren't. They don't want to put themselves out there. They're afraid to let people know what they do. I had one young lady, and she did everything right. But she didn't let people know what she did. She created another persona just for this. And she went out there trying to get business under a different persona. Now, you're supposed to create your company, your entity, things of that nature. However, you got to let the people know that know what you're doing. So, and during a coaching session, I spoke to her. I was like, okay, did you create your social media? Did you let your social media know? Yes, absolutely. What about website? Yep, absolutely. Did all that. Okay. So let me see. And she showed it to me, looked nice. And I said, okay, what about your personal? She goes, oh, I'm not putting it on my personal. I said, why not? Because for whatever reason she gave me. And I told her, I said, that's not smart. It's not smart. You're a secret agent. No one knows what you're doing. Your biggest pool of people that you could probably reach the quickest is being left out. Well, she listened, and she not 3 weeks ago. Was it 3 weeks ago? She received her commission for $55,000 for one deal. $55,000 for one deal, and so most people are just afraid to let people know what they're doing, and they think that they're begging for business. And once again, you're not that you're solving problems. If you're getting someone money, right? You're not collecting. You're never going to be a debt collector because you're never going to be the lender. You're never going to be the servicer. So when you call people or you reach out to people or when you tell people, hey, I have money, people are going to listen. They're definitely going to listen. They're not going to avoid you. They're going to take your calls. And Grant Cardone, okay, consider him a great friend of mine. You know Grant Cardone, right?
Yes.
Okay, quote unquote billionaire, real estate investor out of Miami, the whole 10x, but yeah, it is right there. So I actually was texting him this morning, but I brought him up because he said, hey, the people that get priority when they call my office, are first of all is my lenders, because they're the ones with the money, because there may be a program out there that they want to speak to me about that I didn't know, that's going to allow me to get more debt, because Grant is all about acquiring debt. As long as you can take that debt and have it cash flow and make money off of it. And so he speaks very highly of the program. And in fact, he wants to speak about doing something with the brand over there with the program, but with Daphne and myself. But I say all that to say, and in addition, he said, hey, Jonathan, had I known, first of all, he didn't know when him and I first met. We met on the app, by the way. He didn't know that you were able to do this without a license. He thought everyone, and he's gotten billions of dollars in loans, I guess, from people from brokers. He didn't know that they weren't licensed. He assumed that they were licensed. So it was only after speaking with me that he realized they weren't licensed. He spoke with them and they confirmed, no, I'm not licensed. And so he's like, this is just a way for anyone that wants to get into real estate. Is a great way for them to get into real estate, because when you look at commissions of 25,000, 55,000, the gentleman Jonathan Drummond, his commission, I would have printed it out. $100,000 commission on one deal. Okay, I wish I could print it out for you and just hold it up. But when you get commission, that means that you're getting enough cash flow, I guess, income coming in, that you're able to invest in real estate. So he said, had he known this, he would have jumped into this, learned this, and gotten the money that he needed in order to get started, versus doing it the way he did it. So absolutely, this is a game changer.
Wow. Do you think imposter syndrome plays a part in why that young lady didn't want to put it on her personal page? A lot of times people can, they can say, I'm going to do this, but then they're like, well, what are other people going to say?
That's exactly what that's exactly one of the reasons why. And she said, I didn't want to, people are going to say, why, where'd you get the money from? They're going to think it's her money. And I said, look, I guess the people around you that's closest to you sometimes are the last ones to believe in you. That's why when I first started out, what I used to say is, hey, I'm working with this lender. Hey, I'm working with this bank that allows you. Hey, if you're looking to start a new business, I'm working with this lender. Hey, if you're looking to do a fix and flip, I'm working with this lender that does loans of this nature, whatever. And it was more easy for them to swallow, so.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good strategy. That's so good. That's a good strategy, because then it takes the onus off of looking at me, but looking at the lender as the person. Oh, well, wow.
The lender, or the company may be my company,
Yeah.
I'm working with this lender, but it gives people, people find it hard to believe sometimes that someone that they know could be doing something like this in terms of have access to this, and they don't believe that because they don't even realize that they have access to it. So you want to it's easier to believe that I'm an employee than an entrepreneur. So and I don't need to put out there like, no, it's me.
If we were on Clubhouse, I would have clipped that. That part right there, I would have clipped that and played that all over my social medias. That's blew my mind with that one, friend. Okay. So, what kind of networking opportunities or connections do you provide for your students, considering the importance of building relationships in the mortgage and loan broker industry?
We have a community. We have a gated community. We don't do the Facebook group. We actually have that within our community. We use a community where the students, the past and current students, are able to go in and engage with each other. We, like I said, we do most of all our training that's not part of the initial course is done within that community. We have lenders that come in that community and often and speak about their products and how you can use their products. If they have new products, they do that. We have appraisers. We had an appraiser come in about a month ago and did just spoke all about their appraisals. So then we have, like I said, the people that took the course already. They're there. So it's just a ton of networking opportunity there within that community that's happening. So we don't just leave you behind. We provide that community where if you have a question, loan program, we provide over 100 lenders that we vetted out that we do business with in that community. We have all kinds of things that's available within that community. So we make sure that you're not left alone. And that's what happens with a lot of these programs, these courses. You take it, you do it. They may provide a little bit of support afterwards, to make sure that you pay. And then we have an ongoing community. You're part of that community forever.
So for the person that wants to join but don't have all of the money up front, can you tell us what kind of programs you have for that person?
Yeah, we do. We have 100% financing. We also have everyone gets approved financing. I mean, if you want to go in, that requires a down payment. And then we also have payment plans that can be customized. But our goal is to get everyone in. I'm working with a city, municipality, okay, down in Texas right now. And they see this as a possible, a possible cure, not cure, something a supplement that can help the unemployed people down there. They have a bunch of unemployed people, so they want us to come in. And I don't, people, I guess, when people are unemployed, they go through training and things of that nature to get them ready for employment. So they're speaking with us because they want us to actually do our training to a group of people down there. I think it's like 200 something people. They're considering, so we're working out the logistics because they based on what they see and the fact that what this is able to do. Because this program, actually, I'm not going to call it course, this program, it takes and empowers people. It puts the control of your family's financial future in your hand. This is something that creates a wealth. It truly creates wealth. When you're able to earn, 6 figures a month, and that's not an exaggeration in any separate way. I mean, when you look at it, you do, I don't know, $1.5 million in business in a month. You make 3 points on it. That's $45,000. So and there are people that close there's some loans out there that's 2.3, 6 million, whatever it may be, and the best part about this is it's scalable. You're not just working as a broker. You can bring on as many people as you want and teach them how to do this, and it's very, very scalable. You can hire just you, and it can be very boutique, you and just your spouse or your children or your parents or your fraternity brother or your frat brothers or your sorority sister, whatever it may be, whatever. Or you can go out there and hire 100 people, because the beauty of this is, you don't have to have, there's no cost to hiring someone. You train them how to do it. Okay. And after you train them how to do it, they only get paid on the deals they close. So there's no payroll. So if they close a deal, and let's say they close a $700,000 deal, they made $7,000 that month. They're happy. You charge 3 points or 4 points. If you charge 3 points, they made 7, you made 14 grand. They made 7. They're happy. All right. But you made 14. But they're grateful because you're teaching them a new skill, and they're going to be probably the best employee you have for the first 12 to 18 months. After that, they're going to figure it out. They're going to figure it out and say, I'm going to do it myself. But here's the thing. But here's the thing. It's easy. Even if I used the example of $300,000. You get let's say you're horrible at this. You only close one loan a month. Okay, and that loan is for $300,000. You personally, and you charge 3 points. You didn't make 5 points. Okay, at $300,000, you should be making 5 points on that loan. But that's $9,000, and then don't forget that the $1,200 for the application fee and the $795 for the processing. So that $9,000 turns to 11. Okay, so the $9,000 is over 12 months is $108,000. Okay, then you add your other $24,000. So you're at $132,000 is what you made that year. Now, if someone is used to making $65,000, $70,000 a year, they just made $132,000. They're like, oh wow, I'm great. I know what I'm doing, and they go out and hire 10 people and they train them how to do it, and they're just as bad as they are, and they're only closing $300,000, but they make $3,000. You pay them $3,000. That's 10 employees, okay, and so they let's say 3 points on each deal at $300,000. And if you're only closing $300,000 loans, it's horrible. That's impossible. Okay. Because you're going to have to close loans that's much higher, but I'm using an impossibly low number to show you just how this works.
Yeah.
That's, you pay them, $30,000. Okay. And you keep 60. Okay. That 60,000 over the course of 12 months is $720,000 a year. Okay. Don't forget, you also, it's 10 loans. Okay. Don't forget, there's also another $24,000 a month that's coming in off of the application fee and the processing fee that you get to keep. So you have your $720,000, and then you have your $240,000. Okay, so you take that 720, you take that 720. Okay, I'll do the math. I know it, but I want to make sure, since you take that $720,000, plus your $240,000. Okay. You're at $960,000. Okay. Then you add your, remember, you have $132,000 that you earned yourself. Okay. All right. So you add your $132,000 to that. It's just, you look at it. You are at over $1 million, 1.92. Okay. So, and it's really, and once again, think about this, folks, you're able to do it with no capital expenditure of your own. It's just, it really is a great opportunity for all of us. There's like, we talk, when I said there's no money out of pocket to get started. Anyone can do it because you're using the bank's money. You don't have to have a license or a certification. So therefore, you don't have to, jump through hoops and show net worth. Your credit doesn't stop you. Your background doesn't stop you. So if you had a DUI or something happened, or a felony, God forbid, as long as your moral compass is now pointing north, you're fine, and experience doesn't stop you. So pretty much is an opportunity that everyone can take advantage of. And 3 steps. I'll give you the 3 steps really quickly. The 3 steps to get started are very simple. Have an entity. Is an entity required? No, it's not. What is an entity? Entity is a corporation. It could be LLC, it could be S Corp, it could be a C Corp, whatever it is, you figure out what works best for you. Are you required to have it? No, you're not required to have it. I recommend that you have it, because if you have that entity, believe it or not, that allows you to do business with, most banks require it. Without that entity, you're going to be able, you're only going to be able to do business with 15% of the lenders out there. So you're going to hinder, who you do business with greatly. That's the first thing. And secondly, you're going to be able to write off a hell of a lot more, because these are large commissions. At the end of the year, you're going to have a huge tax burden if you don't have these write-offs. So that's why you have it. Step 2, a checking account in an entity's name. Very important, because of the fact that, here's the deal. you you're going to be closing loans all over the country.
Yeah.
And you may not want to fly all over the country for these settlements. You want to send a wire, and that way you get your money. So if you're in California, you can close deals in North Carolina. If you're in Arizona, you can close loans in New Hampshire. If you're in Texas, you can close loans in Illinois, and so forth and so on. So, that checking account is very important. It allows you to get your money right away. And so that's important. And step 3, sign up with lenders, and we give you 2 lenders, so those are 2 lenders. We give you 2 lenders that you can get started. I usually give Crystal Williams from Greenbox Loans. And we have other lenders as well, but that's what we do. So it's really simple to get started. It's just as simple as those 3 steps. The course program that we offer, of course, there's a lot more to it. And we make you a lot more proficient at it.
Jonathan Bing, it was a pleasure and an honor to have you on today. And I thank you. Do you have any last parting words that you want to say? Absolutely.
First and foremost, my partner, Daphne Christine Johnson, wasn't here, so I want to say thank you to her because she's been immensely invaluable in getting this up and running. But this information, if you're hearing it for the first time, do something with it. Don't just let it sit there. Each and every one of you out there are able to do this. As I said before, it doesn't require a license, doesn't require capital. You're using the bank's capital. Doesn't require experience, credit, or external background. As long as you're more accomplished, is now pointing north, you're able to do it. Just so if you don't think this is for you, or if you don't believe it, just take it and share it with someone else, because I'm quite certain someone else can do it. It creates generational wealth. I've seen it happen time and time again, and I've used it myself.
Thank you, Jonathan. CinchBusinessAcademy.com. We look forward to seeing you on the website and visiting Cinch. So thank you. This is Dr. Sheila Smith with Lifestyle Mastery, and have a great rest of your day. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for joining us on Lifestyle Mastery with Dr. Sheila Smith. We hope that the insights, tips, and tools shared in this episode have inspired and empowered you to take control of your personal and professional life. Remember, personal development and entrepreneurship are a journey, and we're here to support you every step of the way. Keep applying the strategies and techniques you've learned, and never stop striving for your dreams. We'd love to hear from you. Please share your feedback and success stories on our website or social media platforms. And don't forget to subscribe to Lifestyle Mastery for even more expert insights and inspiration. Thanks again for being a part of our community. We look forward to continuing this journey of growth and success with you. And we'll see you again on our next episode.